Alright, amusements. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Garage here. Welcome back to BioShock 2 Remastered. Last time around, we started the most dreadful adventure, going back into the dark depths of Rapture, and we're learning of a new sheriff in town known as Sophia Lamb, and how she kind of took over things after both Ryan and Fontaine were disposed of. It was, she's apparently a psychologist, and apparently, or what seems to be the case anyway, the little sister, quote unquote, that was ours from the get-go 10 years ago, Eleanor, she's like leaving some stuff for us every now and again to try and help us out. I haven't, no. It never really never interested me enough. I don't know. But, oh yeah, and Tenenbaum is back as well. But anyway, so Eleanor apparently is actually Sophie Lamb's daughter, allegedly, or seemingly. I don't know if she actually is or what, but if she is, well, what a terrible mom. I do know the villain in Zootopia is like a sheep or whatever, but what's interesting, let me see. So yeah, we're supposed to be dead, but we're not somehow, seemingly. Because, you know, they used a Big Daddy mind control plasmid on me 10 years ago. And then proceeded to have me use a Luger or Ruger or whatever. But I'm alive somehow. Don't know how. But what's interesting is oh, really? Oh yeah, the bell. Yeah, the lamb in The Prince of Egypt that wanders off and ends up being the reason Moses finds the burning bush in the first place, which, very interesting detail. It's a lamb that basically leads him to the burning bush. But anyway, it has like a little bell as well. And also just the concept of, you know, shepherd, like, you know, leaving the 99 for the one. You know, like the parable of the lost sheep. It's a very cool detail. There are a lot of really cool details in The Prince of Egypt that I never really thought about until like the last few years. But anyway, something that was interesting was how there was this one audio recording of apparently a debate of some sort between Ryan and Lamb. And what was interesting, and I said, like, after hearing it, I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually with Andrew Ryan on this one, because while they're both evil and way off, you know, the road of truth, like, Ryan is still more on it than she is. um, because he's still holding to some objectivity, like some objective truth, or at least the concept of it. Whereas she is like going full on like subjective, or whatever. Like, Ryan may reject the truth of Scripture, but he still believes there is objective truth of some sort. Lamb, though, goes further than Ryan. Is like, no, there's not even that either, seemingly. So, and also I had a very terrible thought, which I didn't mention in the Discord, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. Because if I'm not wrong, then we're in for a very sad plot twist. But something we also encountered, that machine-looking thing is like this killer Emmy thingamabobber, and there was some disagreement. All right. But there was some confusion over whether, like, when a little sister said big sister isn't happy or whatever, whether that was talking about the Emmy thing, or if it was talking about Lamb, because, you know, there was the thing of there was the poster or like pictures of Sophie Lamb and being like, you know, she's always watching or something. So it's like, oh, it's like Big Sister is always watching, or whatever it was. There was something that made me think, well, maybe it's actually talking about Sophie Lamb. But then it appears to be confirmed that, no, the Big Sister is actually what that thing is called. Because apparently, so there's Big Daddy, which is what I am, and then there's Big Sister, which are apparently little sisters that are grown up, that are also augmented in some way, similar to like a Big Daddy. So, the terrible thought that I have, that I'm hoping is not the case, because that would be an extremely sad and dark plot twist. What if that's Eleanor? Or maybe just what if I end up fighting Eleanor at some point? Like, she's helping me out, like from memories or something like that, or telepathy. But then she ends up becoming that or something. Like, that would be very sad. Anyway, showing Journey to the Surface. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's move on. Showtime, Journey to the Surface, Hall of the Future. That was like a full 10 minutes. Visit the museum, new items, and the gift shop. Eat at El Dorado restaurant. Now, maybe there's, if I'm not wrong, then maybe there's a redemption arc of some sort, which would be awesome. You know, similar to the first BioShock. But, well, we'll see what happens. Presto, it's Uh, let's see. Presto, it's mealtime. Frozen dinner. Step 1, heat. Step 2, eat. Oh my gosh. Yes, folks. In 2 simple steps, you too can have a good square meal. Huh. It's like the TV dinner sort of thing or whatever. Hop up cola. Put the pep back into your step. Now more caffeine than ever. That's not how you spell caffeine, unless there's another way of spelling caffeine I don't know about. Speaking of pep, my work, Bob Murphy's, we started the triple pepper. We brought the triple pepperoni back, which has big pepperoni, regular, and then tiny pepperoni. We are but the stones to pave the way. Oh. Oh, right, there's no quick save. Well, it's spelled like Caffeeen. We will be reborn. She is our salvation. Oh, is that why she uses a butterfly as like, okay, she's got like her book or whatever that has like a butterfly on, and every picture I see of her, she's just like decorated with butterflies. It's okay, they're using a metaphor, like the butterfly, like a caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and then it's reborn as a butterfly. Also, I noted last time how something very different between Andrew Ryan and Sophie Lamb seemingly is that Andrew Ryan was a bit more controlling through force, whereas she is more controlling through a cult of personality, or just a cult. Like, she uses family terms, like she kind of refers to herself as their mother, or just the whole thing as a family. So I would say that echoes that. Let's see, Eleanor's progress. Sophia Lamb. Okay, first of all, that confirms that she is actually her mother. Second of all, what a terrible mother. Anyway, so much for the emotional, nurturing aspect of a mom, huh? Oh, I can't get that one because it's in ice. I need the Incinerate. I will say the mouse, the controls for the um, similar to Halo and Halo, going from Halo to Halo 2. Like, you only wielded one weapon in Halo, and then in Halo 2 you start dual wielding. Similarly, in BioShock, you could only do a plasmid or a weapon. Um, in this though, you're like dual wielding, seemingly. However, it's a bit less. The controls are a bit less intuitive because in Halo, at least the Master Chief Collection and stuff. Can't hear the game? Oh no! Ah, crap. I'm sorry. Okay. Maybe I can...
Eleanor is
Okay,
progressing brilliantly.
here we go.
My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
Well, there you go. Anyway, oh, that's cool. Got like an igloo project going on or something. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the instructions are a bit, or the controls for the dual wielding are less intuitive than in Halo 2, because in Halo, left mouse button controls your left hand, and right mouse button controls your right hand. However, in this, it's the opposite. Left mouse controls your right arm, and then left or right mouse button controls your left. Yeah, hence why I was like, okay, first of all, yeah, that I guess that confirms that she is actually her mother. But second of all, what a terrible mother. Well, fortunately, that was pretty early on. Ah, yes, good old... Oh, wait, no. Rapture Museum. This way progress. Must see. Something I mentioned, like, when I was playing Banjo-Kazooie, what's interesting is how all 3 series that I'm streaming right now involve, your character saving his little sister. In this case, it's not literal, but it's still like the title, Little Sister, right? But Banjo-Kazooie and the Wind Waker, it is literal. I mean, I guess it could, but at the same time, like, while I said it's not as intuitive, at the same time it is comfortable because I am more used to left mouse controlling your right hand or whatever in like a shooter and stuff, and like you're left, like the electrical thing is really more just me stunning the enemy before letting him have it, you know. So it's like it's not as intuitive, but it's still comfortable, like I said. So I'm not sure I want to. Now, if it becomes a real problem later on, then I can try changing it and see what happens. But right now, we'll stick with what the game intended. Okay. Oh yeah, we also got introduced to a certain, what's his name? Augustus or August something. It's like we heard him like, oh, August Sinclair or Augustus Sinclair, one of the two. Which, he doesn't really sound all that trustworthy. But then again, it was more or less hinted that he sort of intended to be like the opposite. He sort of intended to be like the opposite of Atlas. In that Atlas, you know, starts off as...
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
But anyway, as I was saying, it's like, yeah, he's intended to sort of, like, Atlas starts off, you know, he sounds trustworthy, and, you know, you kind of feel for him, only for him to actually be the real villain the whole time. Or at least another villain. And then it was basically hinted that this guy is, like, supposed to be, you know, somebody you don't trust, or whatever, or what, but then I guess that changes. Oh, it's a Tommy. But anyway, we'll see. Are those real? Like, is there actually something that exists that looks like that? Yeah. Well, I have enough money to get something from the Circus of Values. Did I not go this way?
Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
Yay! Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how you get so far behind, but... Power to the people! Oh, okay, right, this is, rivet gun... Damage increase... Rivet gun clip size. Drill damage. Drill fuel efficiency. Upgrade weapon. Yay. Yeah, game, I know. Hang on, can I turn that off? Oh, disable Vita chambers. Oh no. Dialogue. Subtitles. Yeah, I'll turn that on. Art subtitles? Sure. Item shimmer. Okay. Doesn't seem like I can actually turn that off.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here coo with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Hack the door controls. That should pop it open.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
How appropriate it's called Adam, you know. I've been over this in like the last game and my review for it. But, you know, especially just ooh, nice. This is a curious machine gun. Hello. You tired? Well.
Listen up! Coppers! Get yourself hid! No fuck up this time! Get daddy's home. Again! Fire!
It's far beyond your means.
You can't ignore me! He's speaking through me!
Oh, okay, actually the little cushion is messing with my aim. Yeah, she can remember your pain. That's one way to look at it. Oh, it's like, oh, it's a crowbar, let me use it. And I was like, wait, no, that's a golf club. Nah, not interested. Okay. I don't remember. Maybe we might have had that discussion before, but regarding modding out the clown, but you know, me being annoyed by it is probably a little entertaining to some people, so.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Please.
You have picked up your first gene tonic. Tonics are passive abilities that have a variety of helpful effects. Unlike plasmids, you never have to activate tonics. They take effect as soon as you equip them. In today's dangerous times, it never hurts to be a little faster. Remember, you don't have to outrun the crazed splicer. Just your neighbor. That's funny.
Enjoy the park.
What is with the shape of your hands?
Andrew Ryan wakes one night while cruising the Atlantic in his steamliner, the Olympian. His sleep interrupted with a singular purpose. Here, he shouts to his crewmen as he wipes sleep from his eyes. Full stop. We begin building here.
Oh, very interesting. Oh, so it is a 50 cal. I wondered because I was like, this is an awfully big gun. And it's like, it's probably only because I'm a big daddy that I can wield this. Or we can just go with the legendary badass levels of strength and stuff. You know, like Rambo.
Refitted for heavy construction, the Olympian returns with a new cargo. A state-of-the-art submersible platform, nicknamed the Sinker, ferries supplies and workers to the sea floor, fathoms below.
The Big Daddy's low voice so they can communicate underwater. You know, that's a pretty good hypothesis, given, like, whale songs and all that. Hadn't thought about it. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
After initial supplies have been brought to the seafloor, the platform is permanently moored in the sediment. Massive iron girders are sunk hundreds of feet into the rock and silt. Below the platform, engineers work to overcome obstacles such as diamond-hard rock, obstinate sea life, and unexpected
Unexpected casualties. What do you mean, unexpected casualties? No, really. Hall of the Future. Journey to the surface. El Dorado.
Your kind ain't welcome here. Help! He won't listen. Who's there? Let's fix your face, baby.
Okay, so this song I never heard until I played this game, or the first BioShock rather. 25-cent bargain. What's with all the dolls? But anyway, I had never heard this song until like playing BioShock actually. And then my sister Katie starts singing at some point, and I'm just like but it's like, huh. Happy birthday. Well, it's Link's birthday in the Wind Waker. Aww, let me have some bubble gum. Anyway. Oh. There's none in there. That does feel like a, you know, a need for a, like when game developers actually understand players moment. Which I remember I'd seen, like, you know, there was this video or short or whatever. It's like when game developers actually understand their audience. And, like, you know, I don't know what game it was. It was like Fallout or something or whatever. But, like, or just some game where you're, I don't know, it might have been Call of Duty. I don't know what it was, but, like, anyway, you're like going through a town and you run into a playground, and then it gives you the option to go up and down the slide, like, you know, go like use slide or whatever, or like, you know, you can just like make the merry-go-round go as fast as you want, and then you can hop onto it. Which, when I played Hrot for the first time, they did actually have that as an option, so that was pretty great. I mean, you know, why is that your name? Well, they didn't know. But apparently you can't say that on TikTok anymore. But also you can't say banned either, allegedly. So now people are saying banandered. Yes. Pink elephant whiskey ad. Fine bourbon whiskey. Get that smooth edge. The smooth-bodied spirit that will keep you sailing all through the night. I do like whiskey, but I also like mixing drinks and making my own cocktails, and whiskey is a little hard to like mix with other stuff and actually like make it really good, you know? Hi. How do you do? Reliable reliable pharmacy rather. Drugs, canned goods. So now, next up, Queso himself gets banned for saying banned. Anyway, The Black Dream. Sander Cohen presents. Oh yeah, Sander Cohen. He's the Phantom of the Opera dude. An experimental film. Experimental film. Unlike anything you have ever seen before. Sander Cohen was an interesting character because I was convinced I was going to have to fight him, like it was required to fight him. But then after doing his bidding and stuff and like killing all of his guys, like all of his targets. Can I wash my hands for having to wash my hands? Okay. But then he's like, oh yeah, like he just like, yeah, you can go. Like, you know, I thank you for doing all that and whatever. I'm just like, oh. But then the only reason I ended up killing him was because I was told by a viewer, hey, like, disturb these two splicers that are dancing, who will completely ignore you if their rhythm is not bothered whatsoever. But then as soon as you like play the piano or something, then they like get mad and then they'll start attacking you, and they're like ice-based splicers. And then Sander Cohen, who just happens to be nearby, because I think it is his apartment or whatever, then he gets mad and then he comes after you and then you kill him. So I was a little down that I ended up having to kill him anyway, even though he's like he literally hired me to kill like all these other guys and stuff, but still, I just like, you know, Anyway.
I
Sophia
know the
Lamington.
surface, Eleanor. I spent half a lifetime there, in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima. Were the modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance.
Interesting. Whoa. That was weird. I like suddenly turned over. Yeah, that is quite the topic of discussion, isn't it? Spice up against tuberculosis. It's easy with the new anti-TB tonic. Man, too bad Arthur Morgan never got that. Only from Fontaine Futuristics. Ask your pharmacist today. From what I understand, so Hiroshima was to get Japan to surrender, but Nagasaki was to basically warn the Soviet Union, to basically like, hey, don't get any ideas, like back off, because, you know, we were fighting alongside Stalin only because he was also fighting Hitler. I've only heard this from one source, so I don't know how accurate it is. But I have heard that we were actually pretty close to joining the Axis ourselves because of how much we distrusted Stalin, and rightfully so. Distrusting Stalin, that is. However, then Pearl Harbor happened. And, well, we just... Well, you can't side with the Axis now, can you? But, again, I don't know how accurate that is, but basically, Nagasaki happened because we were, like, warning the Soviet Union to not even think about going against us or whatever. Well, see, I heard the opposite. I heard that Hiroshima... I had heard that after Hiroshima, Japan was already like, okay, you know, whatever, but... maybe that's not true, but the first bomb, I do know for sure, was to... What specifically Hiroshima was like, okay, Japan, you better surrender or else, you know, we're gonna do this again. But then Nagasaki was specifically warning the Soviet Union. Yeah, but yeah, that is also a good point. Like, if you do it just once, well, then people might think you have only one. But if you do it a second time, now there's more doubt. Like, oh, wait, how many times can you do this? So extra best cigars made by Blasic Smokeries. Packed and shipped by a Rapture product. Blasic brand. I do have some cigars. You know, I'll smoke a cigar every now and again. I can never really remember brands that I really like or something. If I have a cigar and I'm like, oh, this one's not bad, like, I'll like save the label for me to remember later. Flavor you remember, beefy add. I don't know about that. Ah, yeah, I think I do remember that. Yeah, it was uranium and then plutonium. Mom, pick beefy for your next pot roast. Flavor remember. Wait. Kanak, do I know you? Hop up cola. Put the pet back in your step. No more. Oh, I've already read that. Hang on. Trap rivet. I didn't do that.
Why do you hide?
Well, you just made me think of somebody I work with is all. Especially since, like, I was looking at an ad for, it's like Beef E or whatever, and then you say, bro can't go a day without saying it. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, okay. Also, what? You can't stay here. This is the men's room. That is the weirdest thing you've ever said. Okay.
Boy, it saved you.
Really, Ozzy? I know.
Each of us has a moral duty to increase the common joy and ease the common pain. Alone,
Oh.
we are nothing. Mere engines of self-interest. Together, we are the family. And through unity, we transcend the self.
Oh. I was only half paying attention to that. Ty? Anyway, where was I? Spend money, 1959. Oh, right. There's more to this place. I think I basically just explored all this area right here. Colorado.
My lantern.
Eldorado Lounge.
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
Okay, now that all the more just made it seem like she's actually talking to me telepathically. Especially just with the Protoss-like echoes and stuff, or reverb and whatnot. The Protoss reverb is just a really cool effect. Ascension is near. Let's see. Ascension is near. Eldorado Lounge. Newtonic. Drill power. For your combat up close and personal with drill power, your drill attacks do more damage. Cool. Eat dog. Like dog eat dog.
In
I don't know.
ethical psychiatry, we must account for
Eleanor Lamb
Uh-oh.
speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog eat dog. I wanted to see these dog eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one.
She recorded over her
Guess
tape.
what? The dog eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
I'm not sure you really understood the metaphor, little one, but, you know. It's true. Journey to the surface. Anything over here? Yeah. There is a little sister ahead. To get the atom, you must deal with her big daddy first. He will not attack until you do, but be prepared for a difficult fight. Oh, thanks. I'm not actually going to have to harvest it out of them this time, am I? I don't want to do that. Yeah, I have read that, those, or at least heard them.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good. Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
Adopt. Oh. Okay.
We're in business. Now, there are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
Right, so hence the I can't think. Hence the pictures of her, you know, riding on your back, you know. You adopted a new little sister. Press and hold R to ask her to lead you to an atom-filled corpse. Ah, okay. Well, hey, first try. Please don't turn off the computer. Now don't tell me what to do. Anyway, what was it? Hold R?
It's this way.
Where? Oh, that way? Okay. Just wanted to see if that would open.
No time to play, Mr. B. More atom for Big Sister.
I found one
Mark
of those
Meltzer.
children at last. Filthy dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but
The big
could
sister.
Cindy have become one of
Or
those
Big Daddy?
things?
No, it's a big
I've got
big
to
sister.
find her now more than ever.
Mark Meltzer's reminding me of something or somebody in like a different game, like or story, like a similar parallel.
Ryan was wrong. To hand sufficient power to any individual is to create a tyrant. We must therefore eradicate tyranny at the genetic level. To end sin itself. That is the family. That is our cause.
Slight problem with that. You ain't gonna do that this side of eternity. You can be cleansed of your sins through the finished work of Jesus Christ and faith in Him, but you're not, you ain't gonna do that yourself, and if you try to do that, you're just gonna get in some extra trouble. Just saying. Poseidon Pilsner ad. Alright.
Adam, Daddy, over there.
Over there? Very good. What is that? You can't gather it from these splicers? Now there's the metaphor of the Great Chain again, which I still don't quite understand.
See? Adam is here.
Okay. Yeah, right, exactly. Just like classic, classic way of establishing yourself, you know, as the new ruler, you know, just like present yourself as the deliverer and like be like, hey, that other guy, he was a tyrant, but I will give you freedom or whatever. And you know, people are just like, yes, please, you know, anything you say, only to realize they're trading one villain for another.
One, but when she starts draining out the atom, the splicers will come running. Be ready before you set her down on that body.
I see. Huh. Hence all the stuff for me to grab.
Adam, Daddy, let's get it.
Ah, I see.
Just put her right down on that corpse.
That is a child of the family, not a toy for you to exploit and discard. It is fitting that you expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Here they come. Keep the splicers off her now till she's finished, or they'll never give up the hunt.
Your little sister will gather Adam for you, but it takes time and attracts splicers. Keep the splicers away from her so that she can complete her task. Roger.
Come with me, dear. It will be all right.
They bring me my soul.
Oh gosh. It's almost dead already. Or, oh wait, no, that's her Adam. I'm working on it. Yeah.
Leave them at least.
Okay.
Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
Not a chance. Okay.
Now you know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, oh, we're the ones who are being the fly users. No refunds, no returns. Wait, what? Oh, it's a mannequin. That was a little trippy. Not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it was a golf club that we ended up using to kill Andrew Ryan in the first game, wasn't it? Which, his death was, you know... I pity the fool. You know? Just all things considered, just... Because he died trying to prove that... Like, in some way, he died trying to prove that, you know, man isn't a slave to, like, his self or his, you know, the curse of sin or what have you. In a way. Now, because, you know, he just kept saying to our characters, like, you know, a man chooses, a slave obeys, you know. But the fact of the matter is, we're all slaves of sin without Christ, so it was really just pitiful, just how he died. But, yeah.
Why, hello there. My name is Andrew Ryan.
Oh, no, he's not a mannequin, he's an animatronic.
Because the world above has become unfit for us. But here, beneath the ocean, it is natural to wonder if the danger has passed. If those we left behind will ever come to their senses. So, let us imagine, you and I, what might befall us on the surface.
Bienvenido al amo maldito.
Use entrance employees only. Did I search all the corpses? I didn't. There are only two of you? Why are there only two of you here?
No use hiding. Unhand that child, monster!
She must be sacrificed for all of us.
Make him listen.
It's dancing, Daddy's dancing!
Ridiculous.
You're the one who's ridiculous. Okay. I think a rivet, it isn't like a rivet, like a bolt, basically. What is this, like some kind of roller coaster thingy? Seems to be the case. Hello? Anybody home? Right, aren't rivets like they're heated up and then put in or something? So they basically are fused more or less, or welded in kinda.
True friends stick by you through thick and thin. I suppose that now I know who my true friends were.
I think all of the children have finally fallen asleep. And now that the park is all quiet, I can't sleep myself. I guess it's just you and me, Mr. Voice Recorder. You, me, in 1959. I wonder what the new year will... What was that? Something's happened. The lights are going out. Kids, stay in your sleeping bags. It's gonna be fine.
Oh boy. Well, she seemed like a rather nice lady, at least, but... But that reminded me of that one lady who,
God, like the horses' stables. Repugnant.
You wouldn't happen to be played by Ellen McLean, would you? Or what's her name?
Only one eligible bachelor down here these days, and that's me. I'm all you got, lady. Came back, huh? She's fragile.
Some ungrateful parasite must be cropping my heirlooms for kindling even now. Sickens me.
Do tell me more.
Come on, exert yourself. Flatten him out.
Ah!
Go on.
But it reminded me of that unfortunate, that poor gal who just, you know, fell for Andrew Ryan and stuff, and she just met a terrible end and stuff, but... Ferns. Fern is the name of my sister Laura's cat. And while she doesn't really like to be held, she is social, and I should know, because when I was visiting one time, I was like having breakfast or something, and she hops right up onto the table and is just examining my face and stuff, you know. Barnacles! Anyway,
On the surface, the farmer tills the soil, trading the strength of his arm for a home and lands of his own. But the parasites say no. What was yours is ours. We are the state. We are gone. We demand our share.
I see.
Smell the Adam, Daddy? Over there.
I need your safety or all. And I need a...
Yeah, same thing with, you know, just like Sophia Lamb, just like, you know, basically poses as like, you know, a deliverer of like the tyranny of Andrew Ryan, but then Andrew Ryan is doing the same thing as well, basically. So, turret? What turret?
Stop following me!
No, I don't think I will. Okay.
I made your numbers, you fucking machine!
Hack turrets are friendly and will attack your enemies. Get a blue bonus while hacking to upgrade their damage. And I did. Ooh, rivets? Oh, these are trap rivets. Dang it all. I can't help but just smile every time. It's just funny for some reason. Wow. Whoa. Yeah, I don't need to see that. What is this, like a... What is this, a glue gun? Oh! Escape plan. Carlson
I've been rationing
Fiddle.
my supplies ever since the park got cut off from the rest of Rapture. Gotta stay strong. I'm holed up in this workshop, surrounded by those whaling brats, trying to beat their way in. They want my food, my guns. They want it all. But I got a plan. Gonna fix up the transport sub that's been rusting in the maintenance bay. Then I'm gonna get the hell out of this hole. These animals want Rapture? They can have it.
Right here. See it go?
Oh, wait a minute. The voice sounds a lot like, what was that lady? She was like Swedish or Norwegian. It's like Evie something. Tornquist? Evie Tornquist? There were like some... There were like some, Christmas songs that she sang. You can't take it though. That's funny. It is a nice song. Yeah, I think that's enough. Alright, do your thing, you little devil.
I do not hate you, Delta.
Yeah, you do.
Indeed, I care for you in equal measure to any other sentient creature. But I cannot sacrifice 1,000 of my children for one rebellious son.
Hey, we were just getting started. We'll kill all of us.
Own up to your crimes. Hey, which one I side?
Gotta stash myself.
Deranged.
You're gonna hunger.
I'll not be toying with.
No, I think you will.
Hey, come back. He'll be okay. Please, come back. I can wait. Hey, why do they all run? Come on, here. Unbeliever.
Who called this
Through the
trash?
pedals. Oh, fuck. It's your house. Fine.
That's so good.
Gotta stash myself.
Take care of this for me. The shadows won't hide me for long.
Daddy, I'm always safe with Daddy.
All right, Chief, we've almost got enough Adam now. To get the rest, you'll have to take care of that little sister. There should be one of the air vents they favor in the workshop. Bring her down there.
Workshop? Got it. Okay. Nice pose. Yeah, yeah, with like the little motion sensor, a little laser activated dynamite or something. TNT. Ah. Okay. This guy with a wrench right next to him again. Huh. Yeah, first try. Although, you know, I'm in bad shape. I have no medkits and I have no Eve. I don't have Eve at all. But I will save nonetheless. Turn out your tone. Think so? Yeah, because isn't dynamite referred to as a plastic explosive? Oh, I see. I could have... Well, no, I couldn't have ignited this because I don't have a... I don't have an Incinerate. But that's the whole reason I'm gathering Adam in the first place, is to get Incinerate, right?
Hand me that child now.
That's gonna be enough for me, Chief. Ooh, nice. That calls for safe celebration. Wait, dynamite and TNT aren't the same thing? I thought they were the same thing. Huh. Lamb the problem, Sinclair the solution. Sounds a lot like Andrew Ryan and Atlas again.
Lamb is becoming a problem.
Oh wait, this is Andrew Ryan talking.
Damned collectivist here in Rapture. How could the council fail to see it? Worse, to hide her intent, she gulls these patients of hers into a religious frenzy.
Yep, it's
Now
cultic.
Kremlin will rise and swallow the council house before they realize they've been had. I will not have my city swindled by the parasite. Its guys. It is time, I think, to call Sinclair.
Interesting. Huh. Well, today I learned that dynamite and TNT are not the same thing. Fascinating. But yeah, so Andrew Ryan wants to get Sinclair? Well, unless this is decoration, shouldn't the starfish be, colorless? So, interestingly, to a certain extent, it kind of seems like Andrew Ryan is sort of like the dark side of like holds some properties of like the dark side of capitalism. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not an opponent of capitalism. But put it in the wrong hand, and put it like the wrong person uses it, and it can be, it's like a hammer, you know. You can use it for good, but then you can use it for terrible evil. And stuff. But then, and then you have, what's her name? Sophia Lamb, who's a collectivist, and that very much falls into more socialist ideology, or at least meshes a bit well with it. So, which oftentimes, yeah, a lot of civilizations, they go through that cycle, which Karl Marx claimed each civilization will and should, you know, in order to achieve communism where nobody owns everything, and, you know, we're all just gonna go frolicking around the fields and whatever. As a teacher of mine put it, which is cute but stupid. But it's like, yeah. But basically, yeah, collectivism. Yeah, the interesting thing about it, though, is that what collectivism and fascism both have in common, which, you know, would you say Andrew Ryan's a fascist? You know, I don't know. There's some similarities, we'll say, but the interesting thing about fascism and collectivism is that they both have something in common, which is that they deny the individual, or at least deny the rights of the individual. So, you know. Hello. What? You're not dead? Nothing? Huh. Now, at least that's the dark side of collectivism. The thing is, collectivism, it's also, from what I understand, it's also just a corruption of something that is good, which is the idea of community. You need community. People need each other. You know, neighborliness. But, you know, it then takes that and corrupts it, basically, from what I understand. But then, today, in our society, we're in Western civilization, we are seeing what individualism, without God, just like it's like evolved into something really horrible, which is just, oh, I have, you know, just like, you know, like you get to the point where you start denying reality itself of what you're born with. You're like, no, I feel this, I want this, you know, and then, like, we also don't, like, we don't really have a neighborliness with each other as much anymore. And we're just, everybody's has grown to be very selfish, and, like, it's, yeah, so it's like just, like I said, individualism without the truth of the truth of the Word of God, and without God is just is also a horror show. Right.
lies, meant to trick you into offering what it has not earned. In Rapture, we keep what is ours.
Do you now? Well, it seems to me around here people started wanting a bit more than what is actually theirs.
Scientist invests the power of his mind in a single miraculous idea and naturally begins to rise above his fellows. But the parasites say no. Discovery must be regulated. It must be controlled. And finally, surrender.
Okay, Cave Johnson. Science isn't about why, it's about why not. Why are so many of our tests so dangerous? If you love safe science so much, why not or why not marry it? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that doesn't hit your butt on the way out because you are fired? Not you, test subject. You're doing fine. Yes, you. Box, your stuff. Elevator, parking lot car, goodbye. Ooh, periodic table. Did we really only get up to, like, 96 way back when? Let's see. Potassium. There's this funny thing, which is like, you know, growing up, it's like, potassium is easy to remember because, potassium, bananas have potassium, which is easy to remember because potassium is K, or whatever. It's like something like, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, why is helium over here and over here? That's not right. Let's see, helium, neon, argon, I think. Creon, xenon, radon? Right. Like, it was kind of funny just earlier because it was like, you had, like, when I ran into that first animatronic of Andrew Ryan, because he looked, like, pretty good, like, similar to, like, the characters I'd run into or something, I thought it was a person. So it was like, you know, there's a... But then all of the characters already look pretty animated. What, third element on the top row? Yeah, it's like, for some reason, hydrogen is on this side and this side. Helium is in the right spot. But hydrogen is in two spaces. I did not mean to do that. Great. Now I can't read. Does it go away? Please tell me it goes away. Gosh darn it. But yeah, so okay. Yeah, so carbon, yeah, this is like the reason why scientists have theorized that life could be in a different element, because like all life oh yeah. Oh yeah, and this is supposed to be, well, if this was made, yeah, 1945 is when this was. Okay, yeah. But yeah, this is the reason why scientists have theorized, like, because all life as we know it, all mortal life as we know it anyway, is like carbon based. But oh, it went away. But it's like scientists have been theorizing that that there might be silicon based life, and the reason is just because of how like the electrons work. It's like because carbon sits very nicely, nice and pretty at 6 on the atomic scale, which means it has like six electrons, which means it has 2 valence electrons, I believe. And atoms want to get as close to like a multiple of 8. They just want to do that, which is why some atoms will mix with others while others don't. So if an atom, say like sodium, like it wants to be closer, they want to be closer to a multiple of 8. Well, in order for, say, sodium to get to a multiple of 8, it can either lose an electron because it's on this side, it's at 11, right? Yeah. It can either lose an electron or it can gain like several more or something. But it's going to be a lot easier for sodium to lose electrons than it is to gain. Whereas over here with fluorine, it let's see. But whereas with fluorine, it's closer to, I think maybe the multiple of 8 thing, I don't know if that's really accurate. I think it's more a multiple of 8 valence, but it's something in that ballpark. But these are like the noble gases, and the reason they don't really mix with anything typically is because they are nice and like they're in their happy spot. You know, the electrons, they don't want to go anywhere, and no more electrons want to come in. So it's part of why I think it's why they're called the noble gases. It's just they just, you know, chemically speaking, they just keep to themselves. But then fluorine, it could just use one more, or it could lose a ton. But which one's easier, gaining one or losing one, or losing all those? So, but right, yeah. But as I was saying, carbon is in this nice happy spot as well because it could lose 2 or it could gain 2. So it's in this nice like give and take balance, which is why carbon mixes so well with everything and why it's the building block for life. So that's why people have thought, well, maybe there's also silicon-based life because it's right below carbon and has those same principles. But then, you know, they're like, well, the only way that could be possible is like maybe like, I don't know, like the blood would have to be like really hot, or like it would have to be a very different sort of creature. But yeah, that's why like rock monsters and like any other like silicon based life forms like in science fiction, they're usually volcanic in nature or something like that, because they're like, well, maybe it could do that, or maybe it could exist in this form. But Right, right, okay, yeah, it is like carbon has 4 valence electrons. Right, I think aren't the valence electrons like in the outermost orbit or something? That's what it is. Right, I knew it was 4. Yeah, I knew it was 4. It's just the position on the chart confused me a bit, but yeah. It's that it can gain 4 or it can lose 4. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've taken chemistry, but
An artist strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause. Your ideals endanger the people.
well, I don't really mean for all of my just gameplay to just be me just ranting like religiously or philosophically or what have you, but again, this does hit a nerve for me just because, like, and I went over this a little bit in Tron Catalyst because, like, there's a balance. Like,
You deranged fool!
like the...
Poor little girl.
Oh, recoil. Yeah, that's the thing. Beware, Splester's trying to heal at a health station.
That child, you monster!
Oh, I don't have any. Crap. Right, exactly. Okay. Oh, shoot. Right, exactly. The irony. Projection, even. Oh, I'm out of that stuff. But, like, my issue with the art industry, and I'm convinced, and it really is very much the art industry that is partly responsible. The art industry is partly responsible for the degradation of our society, because unfortunately it has been the powerhouse and vehicle for just deconstruction and postmodernist ideas, really. Just because, I mean, an artist, and I'm speaking as an artist myself, an artist is like somewhat inherently a rebel in some way, shape, or form. Just because an artist wants to put himself into his work. Not what anybody else says, you know. But then, the thing also is that the problem with the art world is that you, like, sure, you can have like if you're talking to a person, you can have, and you disagree politically, religiously, or any other way, you can have a dialogue with that person. But if, you know, if it gets so bad that you can't even really talk to each other, then, like, you know, you can avoid that person, right? You depending on the situation. The art world, though, is different because it presents an argument, but it's like a one-sided discussion. Like, sure, you can discuss it amongst yourselves, but we're still putting that side of the argument on display and on a pedestal. And as a result, it just stays there, and it, like, shapes people. Like, it influences people. Yeah. And then, as our society becomes more and more godless, the art itself also becomes more and more godless. And so, you know.
Lacking its own ingenuity, the parasite fears the visionary. What it cannot plagiarize, it seeks to censor. What it cannot regulate, it seeks to ban. Rapture was founded on an idea, and here they are held inviolate.
Ah, yes, and how's that working for you?
Now, Tannenbaum would have you turn that sister human again. You'll get just enough Adam for our purposes, and the girls will likely try to repay you somehow. But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a jackpot. You just have to be willing to take it all. You'll harvest more Adam than the price of one plasmid, so the rest is gravy. Think about it. Down here, it's your survival or hers.
Oh, shut up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're talking about the freaking... I mean, not just the banana duct taped to the wall. That is freaking money laundering, but yeah. Right. A lot of it is just money laundering, it's true. There was this picture somebody posted of this guy at an art museum, and he's looking at the fire hose, like, all rolled up on the wall or in the glass case or whatever. Just like, that is hilarious. Sinclair, you're sounding a lot like somebody else who was whispering in my ear all the time. I don't like it. Old Tom Whiskey. Yeah, exactly. I've heard the verse that mentions, you know, for now we see through a glass darkly. Dirty mirror. Yeah, I don't think they are. But, especially since I think Aiden told me that there's a lot more to, like, getting the good ending than just interacting with the little sisters, but... Oh. Hack safes allow you to search them, get a blue bonus while hacking for additional cash. That's funny. I mean, that is an interesting piece, you know, but it probably was selling for an outrageous price. Like, people would, like, roast, like, Hunter Biden's art. And I've seen his art, and it's, like, it's not bad. It's just kind of nice to look at, honestly. Now, is it worth millions of dollars? Not a chance. And that's the rub, really. I mean, part of the reason just some of these old, like, classics and stuff, like from the Renaissance, like, part of the reason they're so darn expensive is just how old they are, you know? And just how pivotal they've been in our own history and stuff, you know? Oh, it's a mannequin. Ah, drill fuel. Dang it. Ah. Bring your little sister to an event allows you to choose whether to rescue or harvest her. If you harvest her, you get maximum amount to spend on plasmids, as she will not survive the process. If you rescue her, you get less atom, but the girl will be cured. I remember you mentioned Ares earlier. And this is reminding me of a certain plot point in the movie. Without spoiling anything, I will say it is pivotal to why he goes rogue. So. Now that is a big drill. Alright, well, you know the drill. Puns only semi-intended.
Tin Man had a heart all along. Personally, I call that a liability, but you have enough Adam now. Barely. Head to the Hall of the Future and splice up with Incinerate.
Well, I will say his reaction was better than Atlas's. Which was, you know, Atlas was like, whatchamacallit. Atlas was, Tannenbaum's playing you for a sap, you know, and all that stuff, but he's like, oh, the Tin Man had a heart after all, but, you know, just gotta be careful, you know. So it's kind of like, he's like, while he doesn't really necessarily agree with his decision, he does kind of respect you for it, seemingly. Don't screw this up. I see what you did there. If that even was intentional. So a little bit of a max Deathweiler, or whatever that guy's name is in The Sound of Music, who, like, you know, starts off as just like basically neutral, or just like doesn't he doesn't have any really serious convictions, but then by the end of the movie he's actually like helping the Von Trapps against the Nazis, you know. Also, for whatever reason, it like escaped my notice at first that he was making a Wizard of Oz reference. And Tin Man has a heart. But I did get it eventually. Oh, that only heals. That only heals me? It doesn't give me Eve? Alright.
On the surface, your parents sought a private life, using their great talents to provide for you. They learned to twist the lies of church and government, believing themselves masters of the system. But the parasite said, no. The child has a duty. He will go to war and die for the nation.
You're right. Let me just have this thing push me out or something, just for laughs.
On the surface, your parents sought a private life, using their great talents to provide for you.
Just in case something bad happens.
They learned to twist the lies of church and government, believing themselves masters of the system. But the parasite said, no. The child has a duty. He will go to war and die for the nation.
And here's more parasite hands. Also, yeah, I was just kind of like, I was a little confused because I was like, wait, are you saying the parents were doing the right thing or the wrong thing? And then, you know, it's a little bit of both.
2 weeks at my last count.
Well, Carnegie
2
again.
weeks since we were trapped in this rotten park. I haven't been eating. The children need all the supplies we've got left. Need them more than I do. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can feel myself getting weaker. The children have noticed the condition I'm in, of course. What will happen once I'm gone? I'll be all alone.
Oh no. Aw. It got me emotional. Aw. She was a good woman. It's really sad.
Dr. Lamb says babies like music. It'll be good for them.
Yeah. As experts say, Mozart makes babies smart. You know, I wish my parents would have played Mozart when I was asleep because half the time I don't because half the time I don't even know what the heck anybody's talking about. Alright, well, that's 3 characters, 3 video game characters whose deaths have made me cry.
You gotta fight just to do nature down here. Ray, no, I don't have those eggs.
Oh, right. Okay. Right, don't be standing in water when you're doing that. Fun fact, yeah, not a single video game character's death had ever made me get emotional, or cry, rather. One time Rundus's death did get me close, but I didn't cry. But the first video game character's death to actually get me emotional was Zeratul in StarCraft 2. And also that moment is also just really epic as well, but...
I met with Sinclair today of Sinclair
Really cool.
Solutions. It's this pseudo-legal firm he set up to take problems Ryan doesn't want to admit he has, and make them go away. I could fill 40 front pages of the Tribune with stories about this fella, if he wasn't paying me not to. And he's got work for me, right? I ask what, and he flashes me these $1,000 Steinman teeth saying this job will, quote, change history.
heck is all the banging going on over there? Nice. I'm just thinking of this quote from Bendy and the Ink Machine, which again, as I've said before, obviously drew plenty of inspiration from BioShock, but you're listening to this one tape recorder by this guy, Brian Cohen, I think is his name, and who's actually played by the YouTuber DA Games, or Will Ryan as his name is, not to be confused with the Will Ryan who voiced Eugene Meltzner, who passed away some years ago. But but he's also a YouTuber. He does like these songs based on games he's played. He did one. He does a lot of songs, but one of them he did was Ambush, which was the song about Among Us. There's another one he did. It was like a collab with a bunch of other people, called We Want Out, which is a Five Nights at Freddy's one. There's another one that's pretty darn catchy, although I don't know if I would say I'd recommend it. It's called Left Behind. It's a song from like Springtrap's perspective, I think. But he's just like, but I'm the guy, see, who has to make sure all our budgets don't go all out of whack just because Genius upstairs didn't get himself another idea.
This is an outrage! An outrage!
As they used to say, get outraged. You know, like outrage used to be like a verb in the sense of like actually like doing violence to somebody, basically. It's funny, I keep running into these, but I haven't run into either a camera or another run into a camera nor a drone in a while. Okay. Cool. And maybe just to add to the steampunk aspect of it. I don't know. Disease. That's disconcerting.
My wits on my side. Drop that at once. It's priceless. At least read our pamphlet.
Meh. What? Oh, there's a camera. Ooh, Tommy gun. Oh. Okay. I don't know how close I am to the plasmid. I sure hope I'm close because I'd like to stop this soon. Lamb will lead the way. The end of Ryan is the end of the self. Right, yeah, collectivism and all that good stuff. Reject the tyranny of the self. Rapture failed. We will not. Insert John Cena quote here. Are you sure about that? That's not... No, that's a mannequin. Okay.
Unable to provide for itself, the need
Oh.
of the parasite grows.
It's the animatronic of
War is made
Ryan.
justified. Your parents brought you to Rapture, where you need never fear the parasites again. So you see, there is no place for you on the surface. But you may bring the world to you. If you know someone who belongs in Rapture, write a letter to the Ryan Industries mailroom. And you never know. The next new face might be familiar.
The next new face might be familiar. Oh yeah, isn't this like the anthem of Rapture? First heard a bit of this in like one of the like dev like screen thingamabobbers in the first one. I can't really tell what she's saying, so.
I know
Major
this
Ryan.
facility is vital for the preservation of secrecy and Rapture, but seeing myself transformed into that lurching, waxen nightmare, do children truly respond to this? Still, I spoke to a young man exiting the park after the grand opening, asking him what, if anything, he had learned here. He said his chores didn't seem so bad anymore, as long as Mother wouldn't send him to the surface.
Huh. So Adam actually, Freudian slip. So Ryan actually wasn't a fan of the animatronics, the wax or whatever. Huh. Or he also suffers from an uncanny valley.
Come on, choppers! Tear this place down! Oh, great! Fine!
On my side.
It's like he needed some kind of justification there.
Heaven's sake! Turn off the lights.
Indeed. Indeed.
Why, hello there. My name is Andrew Ryan. I built the city of Rapture for children just like you, because the world above had become unfit for us. But here, beneath the ocean, it is natural to wonder if the danger has passed. If those we left behind will ever come to their senses. So, let us imagine, you and I, what might befall us on the surface.
You know, for whatever reason, it didn't really occur to me that this was like this exhibit was specifically for children. Oh, did I just circle around? I think I did. Yes, yes. This is the corpse that she was extracting Adam from earlier. Okay, okay.
Woe unto the great city! It is no way to salvation. The blood of the Lamb is the only way.
This is true.
I stop making you, you blind buzzard!
Again, though, I can't help but wonder if he's twisting that somehow, given that the last name of the villain is Lamb. Good work, man. Yeah, exactly. Which Lamb is he talking about?
Sleep on his back. Go check him out. What you want?
Hmm? None of your business. Yeah, finished him real good. Yep. Great chain. Still not quite sure what that metaphor even means. The toil of life? Toil and hardship of life?
Pile of junk. You brought it. You touch turns to shit.
Must find shelter.
Hey.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Darn it all. Oh well.
So, you would drain the people of their life's blood. Rapture is a body, Delta. I am the voice, and Big Sister is the hand. When Rapture speaks of you, it says only this. Sleep now. Your day is done.
Is it now? All the different plasmids. Now that would be useful, though. Oh, it's telekinesis. That's what she's doing. I was like, is she zapping it? I mean, what's going on? Delta gets used a lot. It's a nice sounding letter, right? There's Squad Delta and Republic Commando. The way to the kitchen of tomorrow. A quote from Andrew Ryan. In what country is there a place for people like me? Journey to the surface, an experience that no citizen of Rapture can afford to miss. Ah, I see. So it's not like, hey, let's go to the surface. That whole thing is just like a journey to the surface, like in talking about it. Got it, of course. A father's love.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished.
I'm part of the Alpha Series, aren't I?
Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. Bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
Well, rest assured, I'm just about to get off, because the point was the idea was to, like, once I get the plasmid, then I'll call it. Okay. Incinerate. Incineration, when it absolutely positively has to erupt in flames. Don't wait, incinerate. Also, I forgot that I have telekinesis.
Light up enemies to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spread.
Comfortable for sensitive skin. I can also withstand a temperature of over 1,000 degrees. Completely bulletproof and machine washable. That's a new feature. Ooh, upgrade all of them. Get more of your first aid kits with Eve Link. This revolutionary new gene tonic causes your body to produce Eve whenever you use first aid kits. Yes, please.
Congratulations on your recent purchase of the Incinerate plasmid. Say, Tom here is having a romantic evening with a gal. What would impress her more than lighting the fireplace with a snap of your fingers?
Romantic indeed. Alright. Well, it was a long journey, partly because of just all my talking and stuff, but we finally made it. We finally got Incinerate. So, I think I have an idea of what to call this episode, but we'll anyway, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, and hope to see you all next time. Ciao.